Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Batty Overwatch League Season 4, Week 4. I'm your host, Albino Joe, and with me today is Cal. How you doing, Cal?
Hey, pretty good. Excited to keep going with this.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you replaced me once. You're replacing UTech tonight. You're gonna be soon. We're gonna be the three of us, or
Yeah.
just randomly switching out and doing it and however we want to, I guess. But yeah, UTech is busy practicing very, very hard for this game tonight that we're going to win. And I'm not even going to apologize for saying that.
I do like the confidence, but actions do speak louder than words.
In case nobody knows this, me and Cal actually played last week, I believe.
Indeed, yeah, last week.
Well, confidence showed then. Just saying.
Two payload maps.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, going on about last week's games here. Yeah, I don't know. The big surprise that I saw that I kind of really want to talk about is Jeff from the Overwatch team beating out Mercy Nerf Me Daddy 2-1. What do you think about that?
It really is a huge surprise for most of us. I always knew that, like, from the beginning, I thought that Jeff from the Overwatch team would be a really good playoff contender with that core of Josh, Danko, Kappen, and Dano. Um, they haven't really been showing up the first couple weeks, but after this, things are looking up for them.
Yeah, I find it very strange that I guess they both on paper they both look like they could be A quality teams. With Jeff from the Overwatch team having Danko, Captain, and Dano, and then Scotch, he's 2,700 in ranked or something like that. Um, they're a living, breathing team with excellent players. And then Mercy Nerf Me Daddy is kind of, in a very similar position with 30 and Ninja being the capstones to that team, and Spoopy Koopa Cruise Master, kind of bringing the skill up as well. So they're kind of similar in an aspect where they have that all-star DPS roll down, but the rest of the players are, they're good, but not to their level.
Yeah, it's not they probably just don't play as much Overwatch in general. But in reality, I think that what the big surprise for me is Jeff from the Overwatch team really felt like a team that could only do one playstyle for a very long time. I think that the reason, at least they pulled out maps, was because they play that style. They've shown they can play that style, and they've been practicing it, and it's finally proved its valor. So, but like Mercy Nerf Me Daddy has tried like every strat in the book. They've tried the Pharah comps. They've tried the full dive comps. It's 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 just like crazy how much they can do, but I don't know. Last week it didn't work out for them.
Well, and it's very strange. A lot of us here in the league know 30 on some form of level, whether we've played on a team with them or have seen them in real life or, just quick played with them or anything like that. And 30 is a guy who likes to do textbook meta strategies. So, he'll push people into what roles he thinks are best at the time. So I don't know what was going on with with the games that were going on, and if players weren't comfortable with whatever roles they were picking. I don't know, but Mercy Nerf Me Daddy didn't look like the all-star team that everyone's been talking about last week. The rest
Is
of
a really scary thing looking into this week, as they're going to be against Blabby's Dabs, who really are almost the uncontested number one team right now.
Oh yeah, Blabby's Dabs. Just to quickly recap the point value for each team, Blabby's Dabs is actually in first place with 7.5 points overall, and Nerf Me Daddy is next, second place, 1.5 points below that at 6. So the top two teams are kind of neck and neck at the most. I would qualify it as neck and neck. This is a very important game for both of them. So if Nerf Me Daddy can come out on top, that'd be great for the rest of the season.
Definitely. But going back to another team that I think really needs a big game this week is Waifu Superstar, who lost 3-0 to Blabby's Dabs last week. You can't. It's hard to say much as they were against Blabby's Dabs, who've shown they've been so strong, but they're pretty far below in the standings, tied with my team right now, and they need to get some points real quick. This season goes by.
Yeah, Tide Pod Challengers and Waifu Superstar are both tied for last place right now, and this, unfortunately, Waifu has to get something tonight. Or not Waifu, sorry. Wait, is that what the team that we were just talking about? Sorry.
Yeah, Waifu Superstar.
Oh, Jesus. I was tabbed out and doing all sorts of stuff, looking at spreadsheets. So much information here. But Waifu Superstar does have to pull a win out, at least, because, being tied with Tide Pod at the bottom when Jeff from the Overwatch team was thought to be the worst team in the league, it's kind of strange how they're only half a point down, each of those teams, Waifu and Tide Pod Challengers. But a win tonight, at least one win against Easy Clap, if not a 3-0 sweep, would be great. Would be excellent for the rest of their season.
But it won't be easy either. Easy Clap, after bouncing back from week 2, they did a 2-1 victory over my team, showing that they're still really good. They have really good players. I think their core is, I'd say, stronger than most any other team in this league. And no wonder UTech, you obviously are there. Like, all these players know how to play a pretty standard meta. I think UTech's actually been playing more D.Va, interestingly. You've been putting who is it? Shooter Die? Shooter Die on the Winston?
Yeah. Giving you some insider strats on that. We actually we've been helping Shooter Die with a lot of the different tanks. He's been known as a Reinhardt All-Star, and we're kind of shifting him from that. And he's been doing, I personally think, excellent on Winston. Obviously, I'm biased and looking at my team through rose-colored glasses, but I think that he's been filling the roles that we've been asking him to very, very well.
Yeah. For sure. His Winston, not bad at all last week. And realistically, I think that he's a very role player, I'd say. He seems to be able to just do whatever you ask him to, as far as I know.
Well, I mean, he likes straightforward champions, and Reinhardt is pretty straightforward. You guard, and then if you see a dive, you dive. But then Winston's pretty straightforward, where someone will call out a target and you just search and destroy. And him and UTech have been doing really well, and I think that over time they've been getting that synergy going on with their dive targets. But enough about my team and how awesome they are. How about Tide Pod Challengers? So something that I'm kind of wondering, Tide Pod Challengers, is that going to be a fresh meme at the end of the season?
At the very beginning of the season, when Jim suggested Tide Pod Challengers, I had never heard of this meme. And I looked it up shortly after, and the very first Google search that came up was how to beat the Tide Pod Challenge. And I didn't really pay too much attention. Then later on, I actually learned what it was, and I may have slightly regretted our choice of name. I don't think I hope the meme does not last, but it's definitely a spooky thing.
I went to Target. I bought Tide Pods on sale for $10, for $9.99 at Target. I'm a believer in Tide Pods. They're great. This is a Tide ad.
Definitely a Tide ad.
Moving on. Oh my gosh. But no, seriously, you're Tide Pod Challengers this week against the Jeff from the Overwatch team. So seeing that Jeff from the Overwatch team was able to find their stride last week, especially against Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Are you guys afraid at all of their team, or have you planned out accordingly to kind of figure out what they're up to and how you're going to beat them?
So realistically, I don't think the way to win Overwatch right now is to plan exactly against other teams. This is the Baddie League. This is it's just kind of everyone plays how they play. I think the best way for us to win would just be to let us play our game over that. I do think we have prepared decently well for this match. And I think we're going to be showing out some things that people haven't seen yet, so I'm excited.
Ooh, I like that. I like new strats, especially in this league where, there's a lot of people that play very one-dimensional, strategies, characters, what have you. So seeing, spicy stuff come out is always a fun thing to watch. Especially for the primetime game at the very end. I believe there's a tri-cast going on for that. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, should be an exciting game.
Yeah, for sure.
But something else that I really want to talk about too is the amount of scrimming that has happened this whole entire season so far. Last season, I don't think I might be wrong, but I do not think teams even scrimmed. Like, I don't think people played each other at all. I think it was always just, let's get into comp, let's get into quick play. Maybe a hodgepodge of people would be playing each other, like, in customs. But this season, it seems like everyone is scrimming every week and doing, like, spoony shit. And it's great. It's great. I like it.
Yeah, as personally, Overwatch is a pretty good game. And I think that with all the rookies this season who actually do play the game a lot more, I think it's just even easier to get schedules to work out a little bit better. I know last night there were like, I think that 4 or 5 different teams were scrimming.
I know that we played a team. We played Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. I think you said you played another team, and then there's probably another team just practicing. I don't know if they scrimmed anyone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the team that we practiced against actually was also scrimmed against a different team after that. So definitely,
oh my God.
Definitely more interest, which is really cool to see. I think that quick play is a really, really bad place to practice. 90% of it tends to be team roles one way or the other, or just teams aren't actually trying. They're not playing real team comps. It's pretty hard to practice. I think just earlier we played against 5 DPS and a Moira. So
yeah,
scrims are definitely a better way to improve. I'm glad people are doing it.
Well, and it's great too because quick play is not necessarily a good place to learn. I mean, I guess it is kind of a good place to learn new strategies, but
never going to be as good.
There's a strategy on Anubis specifically where you pick a Mei and then you make your whole team take the high ground when you're on defense on Anubis.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried that, and it felt really freaking spoony and weird. And then Alucia just came up and booped us, and it was like over. So,
wait a minute.
Horrible strat. I don't suggest it. The pros do it. I guess it's good. I don't know. I'm bad. I'm in the baddie league, and I'm going to keep playing bad. So fuck that.
The problem with comp strats is a lot of them are meant to be executed exactly in a way, and we're just not that good.
Nope.
I hate to break it to everyone, but we're not pros.
Yeah. That is true. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Yeah, but looking at some that I also want to talk about. It seems like people have been asking this repeatedly, specifically from AJS0, I believe. Where are the power rankings? Where are the power rankings? Every week, AJS0. Every week, we want power rankings.
Yeah, quite the uproar from the community, actually. At least, I think a couple people actually were writing in the Discord wondering about that. And how are we supposed to judge it?
It's great because it's all rookies. Like, they're all constantly asking for weekly power rankings. I don't know. I think there's always been just one power ranking, and everyone dealt with it. That's it. That's all you get. You don't get more than that, you greedy fucks. But this year, this season specifically, I should say, everyone is constantly asking for them. It seems like there's a lot of people trying to supply some sort of content. I want to see Zedekias come out with another power ranking of some sort that's not based on naming, because we all know Easy Clap is the best name. Type Out Challenges is up there too.
Maybe.
but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's again, this community is so active this season, and it's nutty. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was actually really sad. When I joined the actual normal Swain Batty League, and I kind of missed out on a lot of the community stuff, a lot of the drawing and the videos people would make, the highlights. But hopefully, I really am excited, hopefully, to see more of that. I think that there are a lot of talented people, and it'd be really cool to see it.
Oh yeah, like the artwork that we've had,
Mm.
specifically for the SBL, the League of Legends league that we used to have. I know that there is a guy named Arkadievich who would make some pretty spicy shit for each of the teams. At least one specific season he did. And I'd like to see him back on the production crew. I think he is kind of listening in on the production crew this year. I don't know if he's providing much. UTech, he's another guy who's providing all sorts of content for production. Yeah, if there's any graphic designers or anything like that out there, hey, hit up some of the bigwigs over here, and we'll try and get your artwork up on the stream.
Yeah, and it'd be really cool actually, because everyone just has a good laugh for it. It's not you're never gonna get judged for it. Like, we appreciate it. So
Yeah, there's a guy named Zedekis who I keep saying he's mastered the art of bad Photoshop. It's an art in and of itself. It's probably up in like modern art institutes somewhere in like Paris or something. But bad Photoshop's a thing. Actually, I walked through an art institute where Dick Butt
what?
was there. Yes, not
Where
fucking
is
with you.
this?
It's in the Minneapolis, the Art Institute, like the main one in Minneapolis. Dick Butt is an actual drawing or painting or whatever the fuck it was that's up.
Oh my
I
gosh.
kind of want to go back and get a picture of it. I'm kind of sad that I didn't take a picture because it had like the little panel on the bottom and everything explaining it and the artist who made it and all that shit.
I've actually been to the Louvre in Paris, and that picture is probably better than and probably bigger than Mona Lisa. Mona
Oh,
Lisa
God.
is actually just like a tiny, like less than a foot by a foot painting that there's thousands of people crowded around. I go to Minneapolis before going there, honestly.
Yeah, fuck that painting. Set it on fire. We want Dick Butt. Woo!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, we digress. Back to all the people in this wonderful Baddie Overwatch League Season 4. All right, let's go through this quick. Rapid fire. Who's gonna win overall between Mercy Nerf Me Daddy and Blabby's Dad?
Blabby stabs. I have to go
Blabby
with the
Stabs.
favorites.
Hands down, I agree with that. All right, Easy Clap and Waifu Superstar.
Honestly, I'm gonna give it to Waifu Superstar. I think they've been improving a lot. No offense to your team, I love your team. I love you guys, but I think Waifu Superstar is getting really good.
Yeah, you see, the cool thing about that team is that the communication has always been there. I think that now that they're playing, they're going to be the team that goes up exponentially. I think at the end of the season, they're going to be winning more than they're losing for sure because they have that practice in, because they're focused on the game again. But I don't think week 4 is the time. I mean, I think Easy Clap is gonna Easy Clap them, but
Yeah, no bias here though.
no bias at all. All right, and then the last team or the last game of the evening, Tide Pod Challengers versus Jeff from the Overwatch team.
Speaking of no bias, I'm gonna have to go with my team. I honestly think we've been improving a lot, and we're ready to show it.
Yeah, and I mean, again, on paper, Tide Pod Challengers, your team, a lot of very good players, and it's just very good across the board. Very, upper level players, no crazy stars that poke out or anything like that. Unlike Jeff from the Overwatch team, but I think it's gonna be a close match. I think you guys are gonna pull it through with a 2-1 victory or maybe even a tie in there.
Thank
But
you.
I think Jeff from the Overwatch team is gonna show up and give you a run for your money. I think Danko, Captain, and Dano are gonna find their mojo and start the comms, because I think that's where they're struggling the most is comms.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure.
That's gonna be an exciting game to watch.
Indeed. I hope you guys watch it. It'll be exciting.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, now I believe we have the baddie plays of the week, the good plays and the bad plays. I don't think Zedekus actually linked them in chat, so this is going to be the first showing, the debut.
Officially.
Yeah, the first official showing of these. So enjoy, guys.
Sound muted.
The tire from hook resets is huge. He's gonna get to play the game. Maybe, you know, he says himself in the pregame show he hasn't shown up this season. This might be it.
Yeah, first fight on the Reaper. No, maybe not the first fights, but immediately after our ults, he's gonna just fire into Jim's hard work there. Yeah, play of the game gonna be Utek here, closing out the attack round for Easy Clap as this was one of his better fights on the device. He just chucked that ult on in, and no one was able to find. Oh, sorry, they were already dead. What needs to be done? As here he comes. Look at him.
That's so
Bastion
fucking cool.
coming in. That was the sweetest intro I've ever seen a Bastion have. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And look at this. Look at this. Bastion's pointing quick adventure. Level 2, folks. You don't want to hook him. He's Bastion. Hey, Shanghai Dragons have won some maps too. And play of the game gonna be Ninja Plus here, and this Death Blossom was just gigantic. Drops right down onto the front door, gets a kill beforehand, and then kills everyone through the Lucio ult, or at least primes them.
Not happy to lose that first map there. We're gonna see 30 coming in for the play of the game.
Yeah, it's just 30. He likes his high ground. Captain's gonna come up. Or no, so this is actually the next fight. This is 30 just getting it all. This is pretty standard clean up, shoot anyone that's in his crosshair. And play of the game deservedly going to go over to Captain, who was absolutely huge tonight. Maybe been quieter than people thought. Look at that, just snipe splinter out of the sky. When your Pharah is going down to the Genji, you are in a bad place. Pulls out the Dragon Blade.
Wow. Well, we got free fee. I never would have expected the man who holds 18 wheels in his fucking pocket to get the play of the game. Just shooting people.
But he doesn't even use a wheel.
He doesn't. What? No. Oh man, free fee, story of the game, playing Tracer.
This is it, the halt.
Murking people. This is a brilliant alt, or halt. Actually, no, it's not, because Destructive Dude is playing Reinhardt, but it's just him throwing a bomb in there and murking fuckers. Oh my god. 3K. And Senpai showing up, saying free fee, you can't have all the credit. Deadeye.
Cinching in with that Deadeye, getting 2 picks. And watch this. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh!
Why did he jump down?
This is gonna be it. Is that tire? There's no challenges around the 5, so it's going deep.
Easy clap with the easy close out.
But
Maybe
Easy
not.
Clap, maybe not watching every angle here as they let the high five challenge out of the points. Probably won't matter. I'm probably getting excited for nothing here. Got their first pick, another second. No
What?
way! No way! They retake the point. They have high five challenges and management. Are you kidding me?
The only remaining member for Easy Clap, and he finally goes down to both DPS ults there. Visor and the Death Loss take it back.
When you push to the enemy spawn, you have to watch every entrance, and Easy Clap did not do that.
They knew they had the win there.
And the disaster hold does cost Easy Clap this match.
Wow.
And a nano boost going on to Thor, seeing what he can do. And wait. He uses the Diva Bomb while hitting a nano? What are you doing for?
Microphone muted.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Team Swain Baddie Overwatch League, coming at you week 4 of season 4. I'm AJS0 here with Albino Joe to bring you what should be a very exciting matchup between the 3-0 Blabby's Dabs and the 2-1 Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Joe, how do you feel about this matchup?
I don't know. I feel like this is either going to be a complete stomp or the best matchup of the night. I am torn.
Yeah, I'm going to put my money on the latter. I think last week was an anomaly for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Specifically, if you guys remember that Junkertown, they tried that Bastion strat with Splinter on DPS. Splinter isn't going to be playing DPS for a single minute for the rest of the season after how that went. I think Mercy Nerf Me Daddy played very cocky. I also think Jeff from the Overwatch team played very well last week, but I do think Mercy Nerf Me Daddy made the kind of mistakes. When 30's on a dominant team, we've seen this out of him before, where sometimes they get very cheeky with the strategies they try to run, and it kind of bit them in the ass a few times over last week. I think we're going to see this team go back to a bit more of what we saw in the first 2 weeks, which is just let 30 Ninja Players beat everybody on the other team. And that's why I'm super excited to watch this matchup, because they've got the only two guys in the league really that can go toe-to-toe with them in Freefy and Senpai. And this should just be a total DPS slugfest tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. The capstones of each of these teams is the DPS slot, and Ninja Plus and 30 have kind of shown that they're the best, but Freefy and Senpai are not far behind.
Yeah, my week 3 top 15 players, I believe those were my top 4 players listed. So far this season, I would give the slight edge to 30 and Ninja Plus, but the remainder of the team, I would give the edge to Blabby's Dabs. There's a lot of ways I can see this set playing out tonight, and fortunately we are going back to what is quickly turned into one of the best game modes in the BOL, 2CP here on Temple of Anubis.
Man. I hate this map, I'm not gonna lie. This is like the worst of the 2 points personally. I don't know. Maybe Horizon is worse. I don't know.
There's no maybe. Horizon is the worst. If you don't like it, don't sign up for my league, folks.
Enough waiting around.
Oh,
The Temple of Anubis is not in space, it's in Egypt. And that's where Blabby's Dabs are going to be set up on this defense. We've got a bit of a different comp. Not any really individually different picks, but I don't think we've really seen them run this comp too much. Huckletune and Swordmate is going to be the Moira Lucio, which is kind of an odd healer pairing for the defense. And then McCree Junkrat going to be the DPS. As Ninja Plus on the Widowmaker going high, does not get the first pick through the Arista Shield. But Spoopy Koopa says, let's break the Arista Shield right away. Jumps in and immediately loses a mech. Splitter also is very split from his team, and he misses a jump. Spoopy is already down. And this looks really bad for the tank line. And yeah, I think this is going to be a first team fight loss for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
Yeah, that was a very, very bold strategy from Spoopy Koopa, just rushing straight into the team without Splinter to be there, backing him up and doing damage, or even the rest of the team. So that kind of fell apart very quickly as soon as that dive happened.
Yeah, I don't know how they were seeing that succeed. With Widow, Zenyatta, Soldier on their team, you'd think they'd want to sit back and just kind of poke for a bit, but no, they're going right back at it. Spoopy immediately through the team, immediately loses the mech, but at least Splitter has dropped a ball in his vicinity. But once again, both of these tanks are down, although they have forced Blabby's Dabs back, at least briefly. But Ninja Plus needs to find some picks fast. Finds Thor, though.
Ooh, everyone is falling on the team right now.
Yeah, good play out of the DPS from the Dabs, as we're gonna see another reset.
Yeah, it's very strange comp. I agree with the Widow, but the 30 on the Soldier as well as the healing combo that they have, it's not really a divey dive comp, but Splinter's on point right now.
Yeah, he's gonna break the line the old-fashioned way by just drawing them back towards the point, trying to play around this bubble. And we're gonna see a DPS trade. Freefy and 30 both go down early. Freefy only getting 1 with that time, but now Senpai finds Ryzak, and this is still looking good for Blabby's Dabs, coming off that sound barrier. And I think we need to see something change from Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. They're trying to play so high tempo, but they're not playing with their heads at all. They're just saying, we're gonna jump in, we're gonna fight them over and over until it works. But it's not even coming close to working.
Well, and if you're gonna have a dive comp, I don't know much about the game, but you need your DPS to be with you there too.
Well, they're gonna dive anyways. Swoopy Koopa going in. He has a self-destruct, but he's not gonna. No, he's gonna. Best Ninja Plus fighting Senpai. So Swoopy Koopa setting up high here. His Splinter's taking a lot of damage on the point. He goes down, but he's taken 2 members of the opposing team with him. And 30's got a big tack visor coming out. He's put out some good TPS from the bridge, and it looks like the 5th time might be the charm, as Cruisemaster is gonna waste his Valkyrie after the fight had already been won. But regardless, that's a team fight win for MNMD.
Yeah, a little hypey there from Cruisemaster, but you know, at the end of the day, he's probably going to get that all back again when it matters. You know, everyone on Blabby's Dabs is going to be regrouping anyway, so you can't really take advantage of anyone who's picked. But 30 in the back, Senpai in the back, sorry, falling off that Deadeye. What did he just do?
I don't know, but it ended up with him killing Cruisemaster. That Valkyrie maybe could have been useful on the escape here. Now we see Blabby's Dabs pushing, but not too hard to get MNMD out of their base. And this should be a much more comfortable point for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy's composition. Ninja Plus has swapped over to Vera. If you have not already caught that, she's obviously been a feast on all season. Him and the Pharmacy are coming in. Destructive D's Winston gonna try to get him off the pillar.
Yeah, Cruz is getting picked again. Spoopy Koopa out of mech pretty deep in the team with no friends behind him, and for some reason the beat is being dropped. I do not believe that there was any way that Mercy Nerf Me Daddy was going to win that after Cruz got picked.
I was watching the front door. I saw Ninja Plus was on the flank. He must have got some good damage down onto somebody, and Sword was trying to save a life, but Senpai took Ninja out of the sky a moment after the beat was dropped, so good play out of Ninja to force that ult, maybe a little jumpy out of Sword to use it, as this ult advantage is starting to get pretty big for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. They've got 4, almost 5.
Yeah, they don't really have any good combinations except for just running in with the Zenyatta ult there. No clear the team type combinations. But the fight is slowly breaking out here.
Will be tossing in that D.Va ult, and he's gonna find one. Also, both the healers have gone down. 30 was getting a pretty big with that tire on a free. Gets 3. There has not yet been a tick taken on this point, as there is still a tank and a lot of spawns coming fast for Blabby's Dabs. Great play out of Freevy to hold that point.
Man, and that tire though, you know, no one really looked like they were contesting it. Kind of just went in there, blew up everyone. I mean, who is even there to contest it, really? Except for everyone who's dead.
And 30 saying, fuck contesting tires, I'm off this soldier, this is not working. 30 hopping over to the double projectile count for his team on the Junkrats. So taking a peek at Ulticami while we have a second. Pretty big advantage in favor of Blabby's Dabs right now. Sitting on 3, make that 4.
Yeah, and compared to only 2 for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Blabby's Dabs is looking actually in a very, very good position here. Splinter dives very, very hard for the backline, but not getting a single person. Zenyatta, Ryzak dropping the ult for Blabby's Dabs. Rocket Barrage is coming out as well from Ninja Plus from the sky, not getting 2 of the supports, which is great. Thor and Senpai doing ults of their own, getting 2 apiece. Great kills with Spoopy Koopa and 30, the last 2 to be cleaned up at the end of this fight.
Yeah, really nicely played there by Blabby's Dabs, getting the team kill at the very end. I mean, they essentially just broke that fight down into 2 separate team fights at the start, and they managed to win both of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, excellent use of the ults, although they may have used quite a bit there that they might have not needed all of them to be used for, but...
Yeah, I believe they popped 4 ults in that fight, so they will only have Sword and Misses sound barrier available. Ooh, Hakatune gets picked from far away. We're going to see a rush onto this point out of MNMD as Ninja and Cruz are going to put some damage out from the side. 30 coming in with a tire from the side, going over the top, going to get shot down by Freevy's Junkrat though. But Spoopy is still putting some big pressure on this point. Splinter's now made his way on as well as they've gotten Senpai. But there's going to be a D-Mech from Spoopy. That's not a death yet. As Cruz on the Valkyries in the air, putting down the heals. Swords dropping the beat for the team that's remaining, and I think this is looking good for Blabby's Dabs. As now there's just a little baby D.Va trying to run away from this point. Gonna be a really looks like, you know, they're gonna just let her go. Oh no!
Oh no. And she even gets mech back right away. 30 is getting a little bit of fight coming out of Thor on the side here, but they're both gonna live in. Oh no, 30 does die. 30 dies to Thor at the end. Wow.
Yeah, we're definitely in one fight remaining scenario now, and there's not gonna be a ton of firepower for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. We've got the Diva and the Pharah ult here. I mean, we've seen Ninja come up huge with a lot of Pharah ults so far this season, so I'm not gonna count him out, but he's gonna have to come up huge again for this to turn into a point tank.
Spooky could play like he did in week 1 and get a 5k with that Diva bomb as well. That's
It's easy, Spoopy. You just have to kill 5 of them with your Diva ult. Come forth, my boy.
Oh, Ninja, right on point.
Ninja coming forth to counter, but he only finds 1 with the Pharah ult. They might have needed more than that, as the defense is slowly picking apart MNMD. Zenyatta ult coming out of Ryzak, maybe a little later than they needed it, but there is going to be a res onto 30 somehow. So it's a 5v5 on this point. Now Huckletune pops the Kamehameha. He's getting a lot of damage out here, and we're finally starting to see the members of MNMD fall on this point. A tire comes out at 30. It's going to find Senpai, but they might have needed more than that. His 3v finds 2. And the defense kind of going to be completed here from the dabs. And it's a second team kill, and that's going to be a win. Or a hold, I should say.
very clean fight. They didn't even give up a single tick. Wow.
Yeah, and with what we've seen on 2CP so far this season, holding a team to 1 point is pretty substantial. We've been going to round 3 and 4 more often than not on this game type. And now all the dabs have to do is take a point and a third.
You know, something I just want to make sure I saw correctly. Did Senpai really drop the nut on Ninja Plez while he was ulting at the very start of that fight? That took him out of that ult?
I did not catch what happened to his ults.
Oh my gosh, because it was interrupted with something. I think that's what happened. I am getting confirmation that is exactly what happened. Wow. I didn't even know that was like a thing. Like, I don't know how you throw that nut like that. I guess I don't play enough McCree, but crazy.
The heck of a nut.
Dude, I call it a Dooku nut, man. It's kind of what it is.
We'll have to see about turning all the Overwatch into Zelda references. I think if we tried hard enough, we can do it.
Oh god.
Who's Link?
Who does anyone have a sword? Doomfist, maybe? I don't know.
Your support has arrived.
I don't know, man. I don't think Japanese companies are progressive enough to have a Black Link.
Yeah. Someday.
I'm going with Mercy. Because Link's the main character, and Mercy's the main character in my heart.
Oh my god. Alright, enough of that. So the defense coming out of...
Yeah, a lot
Mercy.
of really normal stuff we would expect out of MNMD here. They're running Splinter on the Orisa, 30 Ninja on Soldier Junkrat, and they're going to just kind of chuck stuff from behind barriers. The only one I'm a little surprised to see is Ryzak on the Lucio. I'm just generally not that big on the defensive Lucio,
Same.
but I'm sure they have something in mind here. Meanwhile, we got Senpai on the Pharah, Freaky on the Zarya to round out a 3-tank composition. A lot of new picks coming out of Blabby's dabs here as they are rushing into the side while Pharah's raining up from high. Watch out, 30 is going to be pretty tough to contest up on this high ground to the far back as long as his team fights in his sightlines.
Yeah, 30's taking direct rocket hits as well, which is going to probably be an issue. But the fight is going on the side here as the first casualties are going down on Blabby's dab. Sword and Mace and Free Feet both falling. Not much action, just a lot of back and forth fighting. But Splinter does go down, and Senpai falls as well, but also gets 30 in the process.
That was big. His team might have a chance to regroup here. I mean, obviously, 30's going to be able to sprint back to this point, but it's looking like Blabby's dabs does not want to wait for that to happen as they are making their way in here. Freefy is going to be the first one to establish on the point, and he's cleared the way for some tanks to join him. They now got healers in the area, too. As there's a nice hook coming out, Ryzak goes down.
Excellent Junkrat tire from Ninja Plus getting Senpais. The skies are now done and over with, but it looks like the point is not really being contested as Blabby's dabs is just dominating. Spooky Koopa getting hit out of mech. Oh my god, Ninja Plus finally dying, and that's point.
Alright, Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. You gotta hold for 6.5 minutes without giving up a tick. against the best team in the Batty Overwatch League. Can you do it?
Oh man, I want to say the timing was somewhat similar. The
I
other way
think they have
around.
about an extra minute, so not too substantial, but it is something. As we do see a few pick swaps coming out of Mercy Nerf Daddy. 3's over to the McCree. Ninja Plus is on the Reaper to handle a 3 tank. They're going to lose their DBS ults, as it looks like Blabby's dead. They don't want to waste any time here. All coming in from the right side at this point. Ninja Plus playing very aggressively in the face of all these tanks. But Senpai has already found 30, and now Senpai found 2 more with a big rocket barrage. Oh, this is not good for Mercy Nerf Daddy. There's a Reaper wraithing on the point, trying to buy time, but he's going to go down. Huckletune gonna pop the Valkyrie just for the lulls, and that is going to be a damn fast win out of Blabby's dabs.
Without a single loss on their team, they took the point.
Yeah, super clean game out of them. And Senpai gonna be the play of the game here. Probably this very last fight. Yeah, it is gonna be comes right in on the plate, right between the poles, tosses a ton of justice all over the face of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
Wow, that is nutty. I mean, gets the kill on 30 to start, and then ults to get like pretty much the rest of the team.
Yeah, man.
Great play.
The BOL Pharah meta, you can't fuck with it.
I don't know what it is. He wasn't even like high in the sky. He was like down low.
No one ever expects the low Pharah. You're flicking your wrist trying to make that pick when you hear Justice or when you hear her jump sounds, and immediately you start looking high. No one ever looks for Pharah low.
Wow, yeah, that was pretty convincing in Blabby's dab's favor. So I don't know. Maybe the former from the 2 options is coming to fruition here.
Yeah, we'll see. This is suddenly feeling like a really huge King's Row. Blabby's dabs is playing with a ton of momentum right now. They have not lost a map in a while. And they've looked pretty good on a lot of their wins. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing with Blabby's dabs. So many of these teams from the top to the bottom of the league this season, we've seen so many super close maps where you feel like if one team was just 5% better, the map would have gone the other way. And I think Blabby's dabs is the one team that's kind of consistently bucked that, where they have a number of just dominating wins under their belts. And to me, that's really the sign that this team is a step ahead of the entire rest of the league. But
yeah.
We'll maybe have some time before we have to focus on that. As Mercy Nerf Me Daddy still have plenty of opportunity to come back in this series. Obviously, there were some picks I said I was not a fan of that's cost them some opportunities on Anubis. Maybe we'll see better compositions coming out of them. But it really does feel like sometimes when things are going badly for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, you can tell they are playing around very limited hero pools for some of their teammates.
Yeah, that's and it's kind of strange because I feel like on a team of 30, I always talk about this. I don't shut up about it really, but on a team of 30, he'll make you play whatever's meta. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not good with them. It doesn't matter if you don't like playing them. 30 will somehow manage to either, he will talk you into playing a certain character somehow. Which I don't know. Maybe he's taken a different approach this season. Maybe the team's more resilient to that. I don't know.
Well, I think, first, I don't think it's ever been as bad as you think it is a big part of it. I just think 30 maybe has some much more narrow pools to work with than he has in recent seasons.
Also possible.
So we'll see here. Not going to be the Mercy out of MNMD, which is what I was expecting out of Kuzmaster here. He's going to be playing Moira, so Moira Zyra going to be their healers. These teams are going to have to play close together as their healing can fall apart very fast. Now keep an eye, Senpai is on the Widowmaker to round up a 3-tank composition. Ninja Plez is already on the Reaper though, as Senpai has swapped over to the Pharah. It's going to be a tough comp to play Pharah into, as there's a Zen and 30 soldier waiting for him. As Blabby's dabs are just pushing their way around the statue, but they lose free feet nice and early here, and they're taking a lot of poke as they just back that ass out.
Oh yeah, and something to note, 30's hit scan's great as he's slowly picking Senpai out of the sky even right now. But on Anubis, that duel that they had, it tied. 30 and Senpai died to each other in the end.
It's worth noting that was a 1v2 for 30 playing against a straight farm receive where the Mercy was not dropping off that barrel, so I would still call that a win in favor of 30. As Circle's got a very early sound barrier, he's dropping it. Blabby's Dab swapping over to 2 DPS. They want to get out of this point as they are pushing pretty aggressively. A 4v4 breaking out on this point, trying to fight through the command mid, but Ryzak has a Zenyatta ultimate available. He's going to be really tough to push into. Is now Reaper ult in the back end of the fight. Should clear out enough this fight for this to be a win for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. As we see Senpai Sparrow is kind of retreating before finally getting hit scanned out of the sky by the Reaper.
Yeah, and it looks like the Freefie's kind of out of position. I don't know what you'd call that right now, but he's in the back lines. As this fight is starting to break out, he's just bombing people from the backside. Sword and Mace out of position, getting picked, and Thor getting picked as well. Looks like Nerf Me Daddy is going to have to, or sorry, Blabby's Dabs is going to have to retreat after that.
Yeah, watch out. Freefie is still hiding in this side building. He has the Riptire available. There are 5 ults available here for the offense. Everything but the sound barrier. As they find 2 picks without even popping ults. They lose Huckletooth, but I don't think that's going to matter. Senpai goes up with a big rocket barrage. He puts out a lot of damage, but he dies in the process. Now, Destructive Dude is getting a nice whole hog, telling everyone to get the hell off at this point. Slitter is trying to reestablish off the point, just buying time for his teammates to show up from spawn, but he is going to die. Now, there's a hook on his Spoopy Koopa. It's just him and Ninja Plus for a moment. This 30 is coming from far, raining some damage out, and somehow they're finding the picks. Now, 30 activates the Tactical Visor, and I don't know how Mercy Nerf Me Daddy did it, but they've held this point.
Wow, that was chaos everywhere, and not even all the ults were popped. There are still some ults on both sides. Wow.
Yeah, now Ryzak on the Zenyatta finds a nice pick, but this could be a big hammer, but Freefie finds 2 with the tire. This is turning into such a heavyweight brawl as these teams are just trading blow for blow in every single fight. Another huge fight breaking out on this point, but 30 completely uncontested off to the side here. He's going to be doing everything he can to get some staggers, and he will. Oh, he's going to be staggered himself in the process, so it's a 5v5 right now, but there's probably only 1 fight remaining at this point.
Yeah, it's very important for Blabby's Dabs to take the point right now.
And Blabby's Dabs, they're really pushing this tempo. They want to have the opportunity for at least a half-assed fight at the end of this game, which means they pretty much have to be on the point now, and they are. They've already lost Thor and Senpai on the flanks of this fight. Not good for the Dabs. Huckletooth gonna get a res, but this is still a 4v6 on this point if they don't win out spawns. They have a Lucio coming out as well, and yes, they're gonna try to regroup. They know with the Lucio they can get a regroup here, and they don't want to fight without that Lucio. Over 30 snipes the Reinhardt with a rocket. Oh no! Blabby's Dabs fail on the reset, and now Freefie's trying to be a hero, buying time on the point. He's at least pulled Mercy Nerf Me Daddy back, but 30 gets another pick on his Senpai.
It's looking grim. They have to get on now as the beat gets dropped, but also Ryzak is popping that ult for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy to stay on point and be able to contest it, but everyone is just melting on Blabby's Dabs.
The ults out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy were so clean there.
Wow.
And
yeah,
just
that
after he spends the entire setup talking about how hard this is going to be for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, they hold King's Row to just a tick of the first points.
0-0. Switching sides.
That was
We
great
might have
play
jumped the
from
gun,
both
Joe.
teams. That I don't know. That was great play from both teams, and like at different times. I don't know. That was a lot of chaos.
I can't give great play over to Blabby's Dabs on that one. There were a few things that went really well, but it was just, to me, it feels like they spent too much of that game trying to push the tempo, like, oh, we'll beat them back from our spawn. If we have the numbers, if we just keep Zerg rushing. But they never actually had the numbers. And there probably should have been an extra, like, 2 full resets pulled off on the course of that offense.
Well, and even when Freefie was kind of behind enemy lines there, I don't know if they took big advantage of it. I know at the end he got a pick on 30 to start a certain fight. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's the fight that I really would keep coming back to, that I'd love to watch again, and I'm excited to when I do my VOD review, is Freefie had such a perfect setup and he was uncontested behind the point with a Riptire available, and then Blabby's Dabs just kind of rushed into the fight faster than they needed to. I feel like they could have waited an extra, 10 seconds to let a cleaner setup happen in the front gate there, and that was the fight where I feel like they needed to take the point with the advantage they had. But some great individual play coming out, not just 30 and Ninja Plays, although obviously they were a big part there, but little plays being made by all their teammates. I caught Ryzak doing some really big things there on supports. Actually, Ryzak has been a guy I've been keeping my eye on a little bit more as I've been watching Mercy Nerf Me Daddy play. I think he's really been I'm not going to say a star player, but he has been a great tier 2 player for this team. As Ninja Plays gets the Widow start, Thornton base is down, and there is no Mercy available. Ninja swapping over to the Farah. This is going to be a fast push coming out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. They want to win King's Row in under a minute, but Ryzak gets picked off in the backline by Thor somehow. But these are kills being traded. It should be a 4 versus 4 on this point, I believe. As Ninja Plus is pushing very deep, he is not letting Blabby's dabs come back from their spawn. And
Wow.
he's wreaking a lot of havoc in that back line, and now Mercy Nerf Me Daddy are pushing out to this point. I think this is it, Joe.
Yeah, this is a pretty clean thing. Destructive Dude, the last guy remaining, and they just cap it. Wow. That? What? What?
And King's Row, about as competitive as the Temple of Anubis.
I don't know what I just watched.
Play of the game.
Well, I'm not sure what I just watched either. Fortunately, Ninja Play is going to give us another view of one of these big fights. Going to be one of the last fights here on the defense as he comes in, mops up what was looking like it could have been a big hammer by killing the Reinhardt, and then, you know, press Q, end game. Normal Overwatch stuff.
Yeah, and I'm amazed how they couldn't take the point with that kind of an ult. I don't know.
That was on the defense.
Oh, wait, what? Oh.
Ninja Plus was defending there.
Oh, wait, never mind.
So that would be how they could not take the point with that kind of an ult.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm bad. Baddie casters. It's great.
Well, that is what this league is all about. Bad from the top to the bottom. If you're good, move on to something better with your life.
Get out, go play in the Owl. Dallas Fuel losing?
Yeah, Dallas Fuel. Let's give everyone your OWL update real fast. Dallas Fuel playing the Shanghai Dragons right now, if you were not aware. Big match for the Dallas Fuel because everyone was starting to think this could be the only match they'd win in Stage 1, and we are currently tied 1-1 heading into Map 3, which would be Oasis. I believe the loser of this game has to come play out Stage 2 in the BOL.
Wait, that's like the relegation thing?
Yeah, you gotta come shame yourself by playing against AJ Zero and Albino Joe for a while.
Oh, no. We'd get squashed.
Yeah, but they still had to come down here.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, so map 3 of this series is going to be Helios, our second King of the Hill of the season. And this I am really excited to see after how these first two maps went. King of the Hill has a tendency to be very, very close, pretty much regardless of who is playing on it in our league. Lijiang Tower, I thought, was very exciting last week, and Ilios is usually a very, very fun map to spectate.
I feel like most King of the Hills are in general. Like, just fun to see like side battles going on all the time and all sorts of just spoony stuff going on.
Yeah, and at the start here, looking like we're going to see, assuming these picks hold, different composition coming out of Blabby's Dabs than we've been seeing so far. Going to be running their hardcore dive composition. Pretty much the hardcorest dive comp you can play. The 2 tanks and the Genji Tracer as the DPS picks. And I could see this being very effective against Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
I think I would say Mercy Nerf Me Daddy also has a really good comp to kind of deal with that, with the McCree to stop all that dive from the Genji and the Tracer, and Ninja Plez, it might be uncontested in the sky, I don't know.
Yeah, Ninja Plus is going to have to be gigantic here. His 30's already found Sword and Mace. Ooh, 30's found Destructive Dude. Ooh, this is not good for Blabby's Dabs. They're all dying. Oh, jump off fast.
One by one, the ants go dying in hurrah? Like, that was, I don't even know where everyone died or how they died, but they all just fucking got wrecked?
Yeah, that was just atrocious entry out of Blabby's Dabs there. They gave up 3 picks, about as fast as you could possibly give up 3 picks in Overwatch, and 35's free fee they're on the exit, so this is going to be a late setup for this next fight. A little bit of free percentage going over to MNMD is they're not pushing super aggressively, probably intelligent against this composition, as they can get taken advantage of if they're solo.
Bad guys.
You see Blabby Stabs coming around the house off the street, but there's going to be a nice hook on Destructive Dude. He takes some damage there in the bubble. But Blabby Stabs not wasting any time, just jumping straight onto this point through the Orisa shield. But 30 with the Deadeye finds 2, and now he is running around doing a lot of damage here. Ryzak gets a boom kill onto Senpai on the back of this point, and I think this is going to be an easy hold from the offense.
Blabby's Dabs does not look like they're playing together at all. I think a different team took over their computers. I think Chinese hackers took them over because...
Well, they are committing super hard to changing things up here, and if this goes badly, they will not see ultimates this game. They have swapped almost the entire team since the start of this match. Just the tanks remaining on the characters they started with. Obviously, Senpai was already McCree before the last fight, but... big fight, but oh, Senpai with that one ult that was available is going to go down. And now Blabby's Dabs, they might need to reset here, because if they fight here, they might not have time for another fight. And they are just now starting to fall back, thinking the same thing as me, as Ninja Play is doing a good job of pushing forward. Keeping some bubbles tense on the enemy team.
Yeah, the Lucio beat and Ninja Plez's Farald is going to be very important for this next fight. But Free Fee is falling right away again. Numbers are not in the favor of Blabby's Dabs, but now they are suddenly, as Cruisemaster and Ninja Plez fall very quickly to the Deadeye that you were talking about from Senpai. 30, though, is popping off and getting all sorts of kills. Ryzak saying, no, my team's got to stay alive for this. We got to win this. But the Thor ult not getting a single person. As the fight is breaking out here, and Thor is trying to contest as much as he can, but he's off the point. Splinter is making sure that he dies. He's out of mech, and the first round goes to
Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, 100-0. Oof. Oof, that was not good out of Blabby Steps. I respect them for making the swaps early, but at the same time, anytime you have to swap 4 picks over the course of a single fight, your team is going to be in a very, very, very bad place. They needed, really, Senpai to be like the 5k hero in that fight with the Deadeye, and that's just asking too much from a McCree ult. He got the Pharmacy out of the sky, which is pretty much the best case scenario. It was not enough, as his team was just so far behind on ults there, and we saw everyone on MNMD just making an extra play with the ults they had available. But this should be another spicy match, as here on Ruins, we've got the double Widowmakers echoing.
They're already fighting each other. Fight's breaking out to the side of the point here on the open face, but it looks like Blabby's Dabs is pushing. Yeah, they're pushing. Blabby's Dabs has control of the point right now, as it's unlocking here.
Good for Blabby's Dabs. Now Splinter's making his way back forward. It looks like Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. They want to contest, but they don't step on in time. Splinter fucks that up royally, even though his team had just gotten a pick at the same time. Mistake to not get on this point in time, as they still look like they want to fight. They're awkwardly playing on these bubbles, as Cruise is going to bring Swoopy Koopa back up.
Are they inting? What's going on here?
The monkey ult comes out of Destructive Dude. As long as Lucio ult's out of Sword Mace, but they've already lost 2 members of their team. This might be good for 30. He's putting down some damage with Attack Visor, but he only finds 1. And now Ninja plays down. That's one of the Widows unavailable. 30 goes down as well. So the 2 stars for MNMD have died. There's now a counter monkey ultimate coming out of Glitter. He's trying to buy time on this point. His team must still think they can win, as Cruisemaster gets the res onto Ryzak, but he's going to die in the process to the monkey. And a super awkward fight out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. This should just now be a capture for Blabby's Dabs, but instead they're at 50%.
Okay, so was that, at the start of that fight, was that an actual C9? Like, I don't know. I don't know what a C9 is.
No, you have to have captured the points for it to be a C9. They just... The call, I assume, was 30 and Ninja Plus saying, like, hey guys, we're going to contest right before they capture. Get ready to jump on. And then Splinter just honestly didn't jump on in time. He didn't respect the opportunity of a body block, which happens a lot in Overwatch. And so it ends up being a capture going over. Now there's literally 1 fight remaining for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy to lose the Ruins here. And they have already lost, or sorry, already killed Free Fee. And now we see MNMD pushing hard on this point. So Lukuba tossing the Diva Bomb into the back of the point. It's going to find Huckletune. That's 2 picks for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, as they are now kind of collapsing on this point. Ryzak popping the Zenyatta ult should be an easy entry for his team. Nice and safe. Ninja Plez on the Widow's going to find Sword and Mace. Destructive Dude, though, he says we can still hold this point, but that might be a little ambitious of him.
Yeah, they're picking everyone one by one here, not a clean sweep kill. And it looks like Mercy Nerf Me Daddy's gonna take the point finally.
Very expected Widowmaker comp, I would say. 1 pick at a time until they take the points. Now Ninja Plez pushing forward, saying, "I dare you to push onto me, Blabby's dabs."
Yeah, you could see that they're clearly trying to group up and get a game plan together.
Yeah, there are some big ults available here for Blabby's dabs. They're just a few percent away from having the 4th ult of the team. And now Freefee's tossing down the pulse bomb, but he's not going to find anything. Ninja Plez is actually going to take him out for daring to ult onto his team.
Great pick as Blabby's dabs runs back and knows that they don't really have a chance to win the fight.
Yeah, Freefee, maybe he just wanted to swap that whole time as he has just changed over to the Genji, but very hard to find a Tracer flank into that Widowmaker ult, as we just saw. Now, once again, we see the tanks coming forward from Blabby's dabs. Watch out for a big Diva Bomb out of Thor. As Sword Mace drops the beat, he only hits 4 of the 6. Senpai finds Cruz with the Deadeye, though. That was immediately after his outbeat. Now that's both the healers down for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. This is looking very good for the dabs as their tanks are still on this point, trying to find a miracle. And that is one big mad monkey. But those big mad monkeys are never big and mad enough. And this is going to be a point flip over to Blabby's dabs, and I think we're going to map 3.
Yeah, Ryzak hoping to contest a little bit, 30 hoping to contest a little bit, but not enough to do anything meaningful for the team. As this overtime ticker just keeps resetting and is going to eventually run out.
Yeah, but here's a Diva Bomb coming in from the offense, but that was not well placed by Spooky but did not get that ult out of the points. Does not create any pressure for his team. Is now 3P dropping the mop-up Dragon Blade. Senpai with the pop-up Deadeye. And I think this point finally comes to an end.
1-all? Yeah, that was a really great play from Blabby's dabs there. When they reset after they lost the point, they were very controlled, very knowledgeable of who was up, where they were, what was going on. And it almost looked like they did a team huddle before every single push. It was kind of cute. I liked it.
Yes, it was much better than we'd seen out of them on some of these earlier maps. And now, map point and match point all coming down to Lighthouse. We've seen both these teams kind of trade their best plays. I'm expecting some Pharah here as Ninja Plez is currently hovering it. But we're not going to see it out of the dabs. So they're going to run the McCree Tracer lineup.
I thought this was called the Well.
Yeah, this is the Well. This is not the Lighthouse.
Rip.
Lighthouse was the first point we played.
Got him.
Well, we're playing on Elio's Boopy Hole, boys.
Boopy hole.
And so far, we see Mercy Nerf Me Daddy playing pretty far away from this Boopy Hole. As 30's going to find the first pick onto Freefee. Catches him out, tracing around. They get a hook on a Sword and Mace, but they don't turn that into a kill, actually. A misplay out of the Roadhog, as now 30 has gone down. This is looking good for the dabs, as they are flanking pretty aggressively. There is a nice yoink out of Splitter. Boopy Hole boops are coming in for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, as they found 2 picks here pretty fast. And now Ninja Plez's Pharah is pushing very aggressively. Going to go down, but not without getting some good damage out first. But there has still not been a cap here.
Yeah, the star players of Blabby's dabs are still alive as Senpai now goes down, but Freefee was also on point contesting, and nobody was really doing anything about it. But it looks like finally Blabby's dabs is able to take the point.
Yeah, nice long extended fight there. Ultimately goes in favor of the dabs. Nice play out of Senpai out of Freefee gets 30 on the exit there, so going to be a little bit of a stagger here before we see another fight. Ninja Plez and Cruise Master content just to rain some damage down from high in the meantime. As we do see the dabs are doing a good job of hiding indoors. Stay away from the rocket zone.
Yeah, Ninja Plez is very scary when he's in the sky. And Senpai does have a McCree ult if he does get too high in the sky, though. Someone's got to watch out
tossed the
for it.
Tracer Bomb up, but didn't find anything. But Splinter goes down in the Orisa off. But Senpai gets taken down by 30's McCree, so 5v5 on this point. They'll keep an eye out for a big Ninja Blast ult as he's looking. But we do see a McCree ult coming out, doesn't find anything. And now 30 is down. Ninja Blast is going to have to be big here for his team to flip this point around. As Cruz does get the res on to 30, so we do have a full team fight, but now Ryzak is down. As Ninja Blast tossing the Rocket Barrage, only finds 2, but it's both
Important
of the healers. And this is looking good for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy as they found 3. Senpai only gets the opposing Mercy with his Deadeye. But oh, they find 30 as well, and now this is only a 3v4 for the team holding the point. And awkward double yoink around the well that doesn't kill anyone. And somehow in all this chaos, I think the Dabs held the points.
Yeah, Spoopy Koopa hooked someone, but then the
Isaac,
second
what are you
dude
doing? Your
knocked
team
him.
wanted to reset there, and he runs back across the points. We've only got one fight available here, but there will be some big ults available on both teams. There's a Lucio, so he's going to have time to reset, but nothing special on the entry here.
Last push from Mercy Nerf Me Daddy here. This is very important.
Breathy runs forward, he gets the stick and chunks out the Orisa, but does not find a kill. And that's some big damage. Now it's a Kamehameha that has to be pushed into. Great play on Huckleton, and they don't even get on the point in time because they have all taken so much damage. And that is it. 100-0 and a 2-1 map and match win for Blabby's Dabs. Play of the game gonna be Destructive Dude, who actually had quite a few big Winston ults here, and this was one of them, kind of the game-winning fights. No aim, no brain, Winston main.
Just bug zapping everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't the self-destruct I thought I was gonna see. Not necessarily the cleanest plays from Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, but they did show that they have life still and that they're able to play very competitively.
Yeah, but that's not what they were looking for tonight, as I'm sure they wanted to walk away with a win. Fortunately for them, they do not do so. Blabby's Dabs still showing they are the team to beat, and at this point, it's hard to imagine they won't carry that title with them all the way to the playoffs, but we got a long time to figure that out for sure. So that's going to be it for match 1, folks. We'll be back in just a moment as we are cutting over to first-time streamer Josh Danko, so please bear with us as we make sure we've got everything worked out as we head into Game 2. Fortunately, we ended pretty ahead of schedule here on match 1, so we will be back soonish for Wife of Superstar 2 versus Easy Collapse. Stay tuned.